morning, YouTube. Lauren Howman here. I am on day 9 of my extended water fast, and I am cranky today. So I didn't get very good sleep last night, and I'm also mourning something. I'm mourning the loss of something from my diet this morning. So we'll talk about that today and why I'm mourning it and what's happening. So I'm down another 2 pounds, 190 today. So that's awesome. But so as I continue to research and continue to read books, when I say read books, I'm definitely meaning I listen to audiobooks. I don't read anymore with kids. I just found that I just can't concentrate. I don't have enough time. It makes me fall asleep. But I do listen to audiobooks in the car quite frequently. It's like all I do unless I'm on the phone or doing a YouTube. So here's what I'm mourning. Fake sugar. I've read many times and I'm reading about it again, but I'm about to be really missing my fake sugar and my coffee. So the book I'm reading right now, I forget the name of it, but I'll put it in the description of this video. I'll look at it when I'm done with this video and done driving. It's really hitting home with me about the other benefits of fasting, and it really talks about the need to get off the fake sugar. I already knew that, but I haven't really done it yet because I didn't want to, and I've kind of been like a little toddler stomping her feet because I just don't want to give it up, because it's like the last thing in the water fasting that I really need to get rid of. But anyway, so I drink Crystal Light, no calorie drinks or 5 calorie drinks. It's said that anything under 5 calories or below will not break your fast, and I've done really well doing that. And I also put Splenda in my coffee or my hot tea. So I'm mourning that right now because I'm going to stop and see what happens. I'm going to drink straight water for the next few days, just water. I'm so sad. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm like really, like, my heart hurts a little bit. But I need to get off the fake sugar. Fake sugar will spike your insulin, and it won't do it to the extent that carbohydrates or real sugar will do it, but it still spikes it a tiny bit, which is bad for the fasting process. We want our insulin at like basically 0 all the time while we're fasting, and fake sugar spikes it a little bit. And when you're spiking your insulin at all, you're going to get hunger cravings, you're going to get all sorts of side effects that if you just come off the fake sugar, those will all go away and your fasting experience gets better. Also, without the fake sugars, you're going to have better mental clarity. And I've noticed this go around, I am not getting the mental clarity that I kind of want. Mental clarity is amazing when you get it, and I've had it before with previous fasts, but I'm not getting it this time. And I think that's because of the darn fake sugars. So from here on out, it is flat water, nothing else. Very sad. Because I also drink sparkling water sometimes, and that stuff is delicious once you get used to it. So I'm coming off of all of that. Also coming off of coffee because I need to break that addiction. I'm not saying I'll never drink it again, but I need to not be dependent on it. I need to not get up in the morning and that be the first thing I have every day and kind of feel like I can't wake up without it. So in the morning now I will be drinking water and probably a little bit of salt. So this new book I'm reading is really about the mental and spiritual connection with fasting, and fasting for weight loss is more of just a side effect of fasting rather than the main purpose. It's a really cool book so far. Not everything do I agree with 100%, but that's going to be on every book that you ever read that's an informational book. You're not always going to agree with everything, but it's like pretty spot on. And I want to see if I can get to that place of mental clarity by dumping the sugar and the fake sugar and dumping the coffee. So I'm probably going to be a grouchy pants for a few days because I at least usually have 1 cup of caffeine a day in the form of coffee. So probably not going to be the happiest person in the world, but whatever. It'll be good for me in the end. So that's what I'm mourning. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is I was reading on one of my groups on Facebook last night, and what I'm noticing as a trend is when people post their before and after pictures, everybody looks younger. Like 3 or 4 months of fasting, number one, they're thin or getting thinner, and they're looking younger. Their skin looks younger, more vibrant, more radiant. they just look younger. They just look like younger people than they did before. And I'm not talking about those sad before pictures where you intentionally have no makeup on, you have a frown on your face that people do for marketing purposes. I'm talking about these people are just posting pictures where they were posing at a life event, like they were dressed up and they were posing with their friends, and then a couple months later they're just posting like a picture that they took on purpose for the purpose of showing the difference, and that one's not even like at a happy event or anything. And these people, swear to God, look younger. All of them. Everybody looks younger, and there's a good reason for that. I have actually been told by some of my friends that are watching these YouTubes that my eyes are brighter, that they're more blue, and that my skin is clear. Now, my skin has always been a huge issue, so I'm also hoping that with the reduction or the riddance of fake sugar and coffee that my skin's going to improve anymore, because I've even more, I can't talk, good Lord, it's like my thoughts come out way too fast out of my brain and I can't keep up. But I've always had skin issues. They've gotten better with fasting, but I'm hoping that with getting rid of the coffee and sugar that it gets even better. And during my first fast that went for 8 days, I noticed that I looked younger. My skin was glowing. It wasn't perfect, but I looked younger. I looked healthier. And it was just coming through as like a glowing quality, almost like the same glow that people say that you get when you're pregnant. And I asked one of my coworkers, she thinks I'm nuts, but whatever, she loves me. I was like, I look younger, don't I? And she's like, you know what, you actually do. So I don't know if all that's true, because at the same time I'm simultaneously letting all my gray hair grow out and not coloring it anymore. But my skin and my eyes are definitely doing well. So there's a good reason for that. The reason is that when you lower your insulin, especially when you lower it to zero like you do when you're fasting or very near zero, glucagon takes over. Glucagon gets produced, and glucagon kicks off the increased production of growth hormone. Growth hormone is something people are paying thousands or hundreds of dollars for to look younger, and they're taking these supplements, and I don't even know how are they injecting them? I don't know, because I've never researched that. But you can kick it off in your own body by fasting, so that's really cool. So there's a good reason why when I'm looking at all these posts on Facebook, people are looking younger and more vibrant, and like I mean, even in the pictures, you can just see that they have more energy. It's freaking ridiculously crazy. You know, you see a picture of somebody like, hey, I'm at a wedding, and then you see them a couple months later and they look like they're ready to go run a 5K or something. So it's really cool. So don't eat, look younger. Crazy. So, and that's because also when you're reducing your insulin resistance, you're also reducing inflammation, which is also going to make you look younger and less puffy and less tired. So there's a lot of really cool things with fasting that are not related to weight loss. So if you're really thinking about fasting or you're already fasting, just know that weight loss is my goal. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the weight loss. But I don't mind the other side effects. And so right now I'm going to get rid of all the fake sugar. I'm going to get rid of all the coffee. And I'm going to see if I can get the mental clarity that I've experienced before on a fast, and see if I can, I don't know, I get really good ideas for stuff. I'm not saying I put them to use, but I get some really crazy good ideas when I'm fasting, and I get that mental high where I think so much clearer. I have more creativity. So let's see if we can get that back and see what happens with it. I feel like these YouTubes are becoming long rants. I'm very sorry. I hope the information's still coming across well. I don't think that my organization of speech is great. So I'm just talking, and then whatever comes to mind just kind of pops out of my mouth. So lucky that my cussing hasn't gotten onto here too often, because usually my speech is a little bit littered with a few cuss words for emphasis. But anyway, so let's fast for looking younger. That's an awesome benefit. And let's get rid of the sugar, let's get rid of the coffee, and see if we don't die. All right? As far as how I'm feeling, other than not getting a good amount of sleep last night, I'm doing great. We're at day 9, so we've now busted through my longest ever fast, so we're in new territory now. and we lost 2 pounds overnight, so we're back to losing weight. I hope that with the reduction of the sugar in coffee that the weight loss picks up even more. And it doesn't even make sense to like do this and like half-ass it, which if you're using the fake sugars and coffee and caffeine from tea, you really are kind of half-assing it, because you're not getting the full effect of fasting, although you will get a ton of weight loss even with that. And one more thing that I just remembered, as far as the fake sweeteners go, also anything that tastes sweet is going to kick off that insulin production, so you're going to get an insulin spike. So like, I love orange spice tea, or I don't know what it's called, but it's like an orange spicy tea, and it's got caffeine, but it also tastes sweet. It has like an orange taste to it, so even that without fake sugar is going to be a no-go for me now, because even that will make your insulin spike a little bit. So we got to ditch all of it and just go straight water and see if we can do some magical things. So that's it for me today. I hope everybody has a good Thursday. Thursday is my long day at work. I have to work 9 to 7, and it always feels like we call it the longest day of the year every week. And then tomorrow I have off, so that'll be fun. Maybe we can catch up on a little bit of that sleep. But I hope everybody has a good Thursday. Thank you for following me. If you have any questions, send them to Lauren Howman2, the number 2, at yahoo.com, or find me on Facebook. Like and subscribe to my videos. Click the bell for notifications so that you know when I post a new video. I'm doing this daily. And that's it. Have a good day, guys.